Hello everyone, my name is Gyanendra Kumar. I am biology educator in India. In this video, we are going to discuss about cyanobacteria. So guys, the cyanobacteria is also called blue-green algae. Algae belong to phylum Plantia. Cyanobacteria belong to phylum Monera. So question is that why we are calling them algae? Right, like plant only the cyanobacteria are photosynthetic organism. Like plant only they produces oxygen during their photosynthesis. So initially scientists they classified the cyanobacteria and plant in algae, but later when they studied they find it that oh my god, they are prokaryotes, right? So as they are prokaryote and photosynthetic organism, so finally they given the name cyanobacteria. Blue green algae is still used frequently, but actually they are not algae, they are monera, they are prokaryotes. So like you see this prokaryote examples: Oscillatoria, Spirulina, Anabina, Nostoc. They are different examples. These cyanobacteria are oxygenic photosynthetic bacteria. Oxygenic photosynthetic bacteria means they do photosynthesis. They do for photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, they will take water, they will take carbon dioxide, and they will fix into glucose. Another thing is that during photosynthesis they will produce oxygen. How they will produce oxygen? During photosynthesis they will use water as a source of electron. They will break this water, two molecules of water, in the presence of sunlight into hydrogen, electron and oxygen molecule. Okay, so as they produces oxygen during photosynthesis, that's why we are calling them oxygenic photosynthetic bacteria. They don't have flagella, they have cell wall like other prokaryote, and they have a structure that's called excuse me, they have a structure that's called chromatophore. So chromatophore is a unique it's making the cyanobacteria different from the other prokaryotes. How? Because this chromatophore is what? It's a membranous structure, and this membranous structure is thylakoid membrane. Thylakoid, like plant have thylakoid, so they have also thylakoid, and in this thylakoid chlorophyll pigment present. My god, like higher plants only in this thylakoid chlorophyll pigment present. So photosynthetic thylakoid occurs freely in cytoplasm, and this photosynthetic thylakoid is only called chromatophore. So these all thylakoids, they have chlorophyll, that is for photosynthesis. Okay, they are unicellular. So like this all cyanobacteria are unicellular organism, but they are present individually also. They are present in the form of colony also, and they are in their colony can be filament shape also, like unicellular cyanobacteria which live freely, free living unicellular, right, is Gliotheca. This Gliotheca is live individual, they won't live in group. There are many cyanobacteria who live in group. They are also unicellular only, but they live in group, and they form filament shaped structure. Like you see the cyanobacteria 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Many cells are present here. You see many cells are present and forming filament shaped structure. So filamentous cyanobacteria are Nostoc, Oscillatoria, Anabina. They are also free living. Free living means they will not leave any kind of symbiotic association like with any plant or any animals at anywhere. When scientists studied, they find it that the cyanobacteria colony is surrounded by a sticky gelatinous sheath. And cyanobacteria are only organisms who do nitrogen fixation also. They do nitrogen fixation also, and they do photosynthesis also. Yeah, this this completely opposite process. Why? During photosynthesis oxygen releases, is it? During oxygenic photosynthesis, oxygen releases. Yeah, they are oxygenic photosynthetic organism. This nitrogen fixation cannot possible in the presence of oxygen. Nitrogen fixation is completely anaerobic process. Anaerobic process. Why anaerobic process? Because for nitrogen fixation one enzyme is required, that's called nitrogenase, and this nitrogenase enzyme will inactivate in the presence of oxygen, right? But still they do this impossible things, only our cyanobacteria do. How they do that we have to see. Actually the cyanobacteria, in this group of cyanobacteria there are some specialized cells, and these specialized cells are called heterocyst. You see the cell wall of the heterocyst, you see it's thicker. This heterocyst is a special chamber that have only one duty for that is nitrogen fixation. They won't go for photosynthesis, they have only duty, that is nitrogen fixation. What is nitrogen fixation, that we will see in another video in detail. I will just tell you only one point, that the nitrogen which is available in our environment, plants cannot use, organism cannot use for as a source of nitrogen, they cannot use. So first this prokaryote will fix this nitrogen, they will convert this environmental nitrogen into gas in utilizable form, and then it will be used. So heterocysts are specialized cells that have only one duty, that is nitrogen fixation, right? They won't go for photosynthesis. Why? Because during photosynthesis, if oxygen will be released, that oxygen will stop this process, right? But other cells, they do photosynthesis, and other cell photosynthetic product will be used by this heterocyst. And now if we'll talk about the pigment, our cyanobacteria have chlorophyll A pigment. Chlorophyll A pigment is present. See, this chlorophyll A pigment is feature of higher photosynthetic plant. So they have also chlorophyll A. Not only chlorophyll A, they have phycobilin also, and in fact they have different kind of phycobilin. This chlorophyll A provide green color, right? Different kind of phycobilin they have, not phycocholine. Different kind of phycobilin they have, okay, like phycoerythrin, phycoerythrin, phycocyanine, and phycobilin. Guys, this phycocyanine provide blue color from fish phycocyanine, and green color from chlorophyll A will dominant on the other color. That's why we'll call them blue green algae. Now we'll talk about any kind of food reserve here. So they have a food reserve, and that food reserve is called cyanophycine. Cyanophycine is food reserve here. Food reserve in cyanobacteria, okay, and it's a nitrogenous food reserve. Now when scientists studied, they find it that not only heterocysts, they have one more type of specialized cells, and this specialized cell is called akinete. This akinete cell, will make them even at very low temperature also, if the cyanobacteria can exist, that is due to presence of this akinete cells, anti-freezing kind of cell in fact it is. Now we'll talk about reproduction. So they have asexual kind of reproduction. Yes, they have asexual reproduction like binary fission. They have asexual reproduction. They have binary fission. They have fragmentation. Binary fission. Fragmentation. They have fragmentation also. Now there are some so question is that what is value of cyanobacteria for human? Guys, it is the cyanobacteria only, because of that life was evolved on this earth. Scientists believe that cyanobacteria are oldest oxygenic photosynthetic organism, and we have proved also 3.5 billion years old. 3.5 billion years old of years old fossil of cyanobacteria was seen in Australia. That means they were the first organism who was producing free oxygen. Scientists believe that this almost 20% of free oxygen present in our environment, that was only and only produced by cyanobacteria during photosynthesis. So they are source of oxygen on this earth, right? And they are chief producer of ocean. There are some cyanobacteria that like there is a cyanobacteria that is called Anabina. This Anabina or microcystis, they secrete some toxin. And that will be dangerous for animals. Okay. Apart from that, we can obtain antibiotics also from cyanobacteria. Yeah, even antibiotics also we can obtain. There is an antibiotic that's called cyanobacteria. This cyanobacteria antibiotic obtained from cyanobacteria. And then cyanobacteria can be good source of food also. Like there is a cyanobacteria that's called spirulina. Spirulina is very good source of food, rich in protein, rich in vitamin, commonly used as a food in China and Japan. So in this video, we discussed cyanobacteria, their common feature, and then we discussed example of cyanobacteria, which kind of pigment present in the cyanobacteria, and some common points about cyanobacteria. Remaining we will see in next video. Bye.